Hello, you guys. In light of everything that's going on right now in the Diablo world, I wanted to put some, shine on the amazing parts of Diablo. So I want to start this lore video, and first we're going to start this lore video by starting with the very beginning. If you guys like this kind of content and you guys want to see more of this content and would like to know more about Diablo, please give a like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below on what parts you maybe are looking forward to me diving deeper into. And I would love to know that so I could kind of path off into that for you guys. But first, let's talk about the beginning. In the beginning of all of this was just Anu. He was the only being. There was no worlds. There was no nothing. It was just Anu floating off into nothingness, and it was just him. He was the only being, and he got kind of bored just being by himself. Wasn't able to do anything and nothing to see. So he took half of himself and broke it off, and then from that, pretty much what half that broke off was all of his evil. So that was actually Tethamet, which is a seven-headed dragon, and with Tethamet being all of Anu's evil, and Anu just being bored, and now Tethamet's also bored. They're both kind of staring at each other like, "What do we do now?" So they fought. They pretty much fought nonstop until eventually, ironically enough, both of them died in a massive explosion at the same exact time. With that being what happened, Tathamet because he was a seven-headed dragon. He broke off into seven different demons. He's got the three prime evils, which are the three brothers, Mephisto, Baal, and Diablo, which were the bigger of the heads on his body. And then he had the four lesser evils, which were Duriel, Andariel, Belial, and Asmodan. So the thing about the demons is that they were all chaos. They were all evil, and because of this, they never worked together. They're constantly fighting with who was better, who was stronger, who was going to be leading all of the demons. Because with everything that broke off of Tethamet, there was all these little demons and all their whole army of everything, um, and they just constantly fought over this. Well, Nu also exploded, and when Nu exploded, different pieces of him also became the angels and other things. So the World Stone is actually Anu's eye. This is the thing that everyone's fighting over nonstop in all the Diablo games. The reason being is that the World Stone can create things from nothing. It could just create something, and as long as you will it and you are in control of the World Stone, you can do whatever you want. The spine, the spine of Anu is the Crystal Arch, which is what is the gateway that you see in Diablo 3 that Diablo gets through, and this creates the angels. Now, the big thing about angels is that angels are about order and harmony and perfection. So that is why all the angels pretty much look alike, because they're about all these things. Also, there's only a certain amount of angels. So that being said, when an angel dies, another angel will be born. But there's never going to be, so let's just say the number is 300. There's never going to be 301 angels. So if you're able to go through all these angels and destroy them, all, it actually really puts a dampening on their forces. Whereas the demons, there's chaos. There's so many. They're all fighting to be better. They're all fighting to be the best. And whereas the angels are very, there's order. There's not chaos. And but at the same time, you got the Angerius Council, which is like your celebrities of angels, your strong angels, your ones that make decisions, because that's where order comes in. You need to have some kind of council of people that make decisions, and each one of those people in those councils have certain jobs. Obviously, these angels were Imperius, Tyrael, Uriel, Ithuriel, and Malthael. These were all, we got valor, justice, hope, fate, and wisdom. Um, These are all virtues that Anu had, and that's why angels are assigned to these positions. And if someone dies or is shot down from, it falls from this position, another angel can take its place. But these angels that we know of have held these positions for a decent amount of time. But that's also why we see Tyrael step down, and then he actually steps up to Malthael's position later on. Not to spoil later on in the story, but let's move on to how we were created, though. So in this war that the angels and demons are fighting over constantly. I mean, this is from the beginning of them being born, both angels and demons. They just started fighting over this world stone because everyone saw the power of this world stone and what it could lead to. That was the beginning. That would happen for thousands and thousands and thousands of years, and you can only imagine how some angels and some demons can get pretty. What is the point? What is the point of this fight that we're doing for thousands of years? No one's winning. We're all doing the same thing. So that's where Inarius and Lilith come into play. Well, let's talk about those two respectively. Lilith is actually the daughter of the Lord of Hatred, Mephisto. And you can only imagine being the daughter of Mephisto. It probably wasn't pleasant. She was the leader of the succubi. And she had a great idea and somehow talked to Inarius, and they led this renegade angels and demons that wanted to separate from this endless war. Inarius is a very I'm perfect, nothing is greater than me person, or angel. But at the same time, he was very sick of this war. It was beyond him. He was over it. He doesn't, he would rather do something else, because he's above it. So we have Lilith and we have Inarius with a bunch of angels and demons that agreed with their stance, and they all somehow hijacked the World Stone. Now, they didn't hijack the World Stone to bring its power and bring everyone else down on their knees. They hijacked the World Stone so that they could hide. They used the World Stone to create Sanctuary. And I don't know if you guys know this, but Sanctuary is where Diablo is. Diablo, we are always, besides Diablo 3 and Diablo 1, we are always in Sanctuary. So in Diablo 1, we actually go to Hell eventually, and in Diablo 3, we go to the Crystal Arch. So because they created this, they actually used the World Stone to also hide this sanctuary from all the demons and angels that want to fight over the World Stone. And they use this to basically just kind of be away. Now, ironically enough, now they're not fighting, so they're getting bored again. There's nothing else to do. Remember in the beginning, Tethamet and Anu? Well, it's a little opposite of that. So instead of breaking off, they come together. They procreate, if you will. How that works between angels and demons, that's a different... I don't think I could really share that on YouTube. But so they create humans. Well, they create the nephalem. Humans happen kind of later on. They create the nephalem, and the first nephalem, the one that's born of Inarius and Lilith, is Rathma, and we'll talk about that later on too. But Rathma was born, and through all of the angels and demons coming together and bored, it's almost like COVID all over again. But anyway, so besides them being born and coming together, they also create Nephilim, and all these initial Nephilim are the ancients. You fight some of the ancients in Diablo 2. So they create the ancients, and now we have all these Nephilim that are here, and eventually Inarius sees this kind of as a threat, and he wants to dampen their power. But that's a different story for a different video. I hope you guys like this series, and I hope you guys want to see more of this. I will definitely be talking about how Anarius becomes this jealous father, and how different things turn up between Lilith and Anarius, and then eventually how demons and angels find out about Sanctuary. And I will keep going down this path as long as you guys like this stuff, and I would love to share my passion and my love for this franchise, despite what's currently going on. See you guys next time.